The journey of the empowered discerner. Once you step into the truth, there's no going back. After the confrontation with my father and the collapse of the world I had once believed in, I was left with something I had never fully known before: freedom. Freedom from the lies, from the guilt, from the oppressive weight of being controlled by someone else's version of reality. I was finally able to live my own truth. But the journey wasn't just about breaking free from my father's deception, it was about stepping fully into my role as the discerner. This new chapter of my life wasn't just about seeing through lies. It was about living with a clear sense of purpose, confidence, and spiritual clarity. It was about owning the power that had always been inside of me, but that I had been taught to doubt and suppress for so long. Have you ever experienced that moment when the fog lifts and you can finally see with perfect clarity? When all the self-doubt, confusion, and fear that once clouded your mind suddenly dissipates and you know exactly who you are and what you're meant to do? That's what it felt like to embrace my identity as the discerner. No longer was I questioning myself or looking for validation from others. I had found my voice and I was using it. This newfound clarity changed everything. Relationships that once felt comfortable now seemed toxic. Conversations I had tolerated before became intolerable. I could no longer stand idly by while deception lingered in my life, whether it came from others or from within myself. I began to make choices that aligned with my truth, walking away from toxic people, speaking up in situations where I would have once stayed silent, and most importantly, trusting my intuition above all else. Discernment became a way of life for me. I could sense deception in ways I hadn't before, both in others and in myself. I started to see patterns of manipulation, not just from my father, but from systems, institutions, and people who used fear and guilt to control others. It was as if I had gained a new superpower, one that allowed me to see through the veils of illusion that others couldn't see. But with this power came responsibility. I began to realize that discernment wasn't just about seeing the truth for myself, it was about using that truth to help others. I had spent so many years trapped in deception that I couldn't stand by and watch others go through the same thing. The discerner in me wanted to protect, guide, and empower others to see the truth in their own lives. That's when I knew my journey wasn't just about personal liberation. It was about using my discernment as a tool to elevate others. I began speaking out more boldly, sharing my story, and helping others see the truth in their own lives. The freedom I had gained was too powerful to keep to myself.